Hello guys, welcome to another segment of Flutter tutorials for beginners. In this tutorial, we are going to look at how you can implement navigation between screens in Flutter. Alright, navigations in Flutter involves moving between different screens or pages within an application. Alright, and Flutter actually provides various techniques for implementing navigations. You have techniques such as using routes, named routes, and passing data between screens. Okay, so let's head over to Visual Studio Code and start writing some codes to understand these things better. Okay, my friends, so the first technique we are going to use in implementing navigation is by using routes. All right, so routes in Flutter represent individual screens or pages within an application. All right, you can navigate between routes using the navigator class. Okay, so let's look at how you can implement that. Okay, so first we are going to get rid of the scaffold. Okay, and we are going to create our first screen class, which we will soon look at. Okay, all right, so now we can implement our first screen class. Okay, so we can start class, and call the first screen and extend we are going to use a stateless widget. Okay, we'll use a stateless widget, and yeah, and then we'll make use of the varied and make use of the build method. Okay, so widget build, and we will specify the build context and context. Okay, and yeah, sorry, I made a mistake over here. It's override. Okay, and inside here we'll make use of the return, and we'll return a scaffold. Okay, and we can now specify what we want to show in our first screen. So let's make use of the app bar property and make use of the app bar widget. Okay, and we will, inside our app bar, we are just going to make use of the title and display a text by saying probably first screen. So we'll use the text widget, and we'll just write first screen. Okay, so that we'll know which screen we are in. Okay, so let's use const over here. Okay, so we are done with the app bar. Then we can now do the body. Okay, so we'll make use of the body property, and we'll center everything in it. So we are using the center widget, and inside our center we'll make use of the chart property, and we will make use of the elevated button. Okay, elevated button. All right, so the elevated button takes in some parameters. Okay, so we are going to specify on pressed, and at the moment we are not doing anything at the moment. Okay, and we will also specify the child. Okay, yeah, we'll give it a child property. That's to the elevated button, and we are going to just do a test. Okay, so const, we will use the test widget and display a text by saying go to second screen, which we are yet to create. So this is just everything for we'll come and define our function over here. All right, that would ensure that when we click on the button, it goes to the second screen. So we are done with the first class. Okay, so now let's do that for the second class. I'll just copy everything over here. Okay, and paste it, and instead of calling it first screen, I'll call it second screen, and instead of first screen, I'll call the app bar second screen. Okay, then body, we'll make use of the center widget, the elevated button, yeah, and so the text for the elevated button, we just do go back to first screen. Okay, at the moment, if we run this app, we are not going to see anything. We will see some things. Okay, because I will see only in the first screen. Okay, so let me do that. We'll see only in the first screen. All right, but if you click on this button, nothing is going to work because we've not specified the on-press in the first screen what it should take. Okay, so let's do that so that when you click on go to second screen, it will navigate to the second screen. Okay, and so inside our first screen, we will, let me just pass some comments over here. Navigate to second screen so that you understand what we are doing over here. All right, so we are not going to specify. We'll make use of the navigator, dot push. Okay, and inside here we'll specify a couple of things. So we'll specify the context. Okay, and we'll make use of the material page routes, and inside here the material page route widget, then you specify the builder, and you will pass the context to it. Okay, we'll pass the context to it, and yeah, then we will call the second screen class. So I'll just add a colon over here, and that is it. And that is just that. Let me restart the app, then you will see what we've done over here. So at the moment, if I click on go to second screen, it should pop, or it should push the second screen to us. All right, but if I click on go back, it's not going to work. Okay, so let's do that so that when you click on go back, or inside the app bar, when I click on go back, it will send us back to the first screen. So inside here, we will specify a couple of things. Inside our on-press, we'll specify a couple of things. So I'll navigate back to the first screen. Sorry. All right, and this one is just simple. You just have to use the navigator.pop, the navigator.pop right. Yep, and we will specify the context, and yeah, and put a semicolon over there. We just have to restart our app. All right, so go to second screen, go back to first screen, go to second screen, or you can use the arrow back over here, go back to, and that is just that with regards to using route to do a navigation. We are going to look at another technique soon. Okay, guys, now we are now going to look at how you can use the named route technique. All right, so let me say something a bit. The named route technique provides a more structured approach to navigate, all right, by assigning a unique identifier, that is route name, to each screen. And this approach actually simplifies navigation management and make the code more readable. All right, so let's look at how we'll do that. We are not going to change so much in this particular code. Okay, we'll maintain everything in the second screen, probably change something small in the first screen, and yep, in our my app class we are going to change something. All right, so we'll just clear everything inside the material app. Sorry. Yeah, and inside our material app, we will specify our initial route, which is a string. Okay, and then we'll just do this. Now we can now specify our route. Okay, so in here we'll specify this is for our initial, so we'll use the context, and our initial app, our initial page is the first screen. Okay, the first screen class. Okay, just come out. We can copy the code over here and just reuse it. Okay, so instead of just this, we'll just call it second, and we'll make use of the second class screen. All right, and that is just that. With this, we can now make use of it in our first screen. So let me just make this comment very understandable. So navigate to second screen using named routes. All right, and in here we'll change a lot of things. In here we'll change a couple of things. Okay, sorry. Okay, all right, so instead of using the push, we'll use push named. All right, push named, and context. Okay, then we'll just this and specify we want to go to the second screen. Okay, second. So instead of calling the second screen class over, we can just use what we've named over here. So second, just copy it and paste it over here, and that is just that. Okay, and that is just that. You don't do anything. Okay, again, you maintain everything in the second, and you maintain everything in the first screen class. Right, so we can just restart our app. Our app is restarted. So go to second screen, goes to second screen, go back to first screen. All right, yeah, and that is just that with using named route. The other techniques like using the constructor argument and others. All right, let me challenge you. Learn that on your own and see how you can use the constructor argument. See you in the next tutorial. Okay, my friends, we are now at the end of this tutorial, but let me drop in this. Okay, implementing navigations in Flutter involves using routes or named route to move between screens. All right, and also passing data between screens can be achieved using various techniques such as the constructor argument or the route argument. All right, so understanding these concepts is fundamental for building complex Flutter applications with multiple screens. Okay, all right, so guys, that is all for today, but let me drop in this. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share for others to know what we are learning over here. See you in the next tutorial.